Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in, just breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of stress or tension to feel like it's slowly leaving your body in your outward breath. That's it. As you breathe in and breathe out, just relax those eyelids. Give permission to your whole muscles in your face to just relax and unwind, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. That's it. As you breathe in and breathe out, just notice where any tension exists on your body. Perhaps your neck, your shoulders, jaw. And just give permission as you breathe in and breathe out to just slowly but surely release that tension, enabling you to become deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to remember a stagnant pond. Perhaps you can remember it from many years ago or more recently. But I want you to remember a stagnant pond perhaps on a sunny day. As you breathe in and breathe out, just imagine you're by that pond, looking at the surface of that pond. Perhaps you can remember that the water was so still. There were insects literally walking on the surface of that water. Maybe there was the odd lily pad, algae, plant material. But the water wasn't clear. Maybe it was dark, green. Maybe you could remember animals, maybe insects, maybe ducks. I want you to get a sense that water is life-giving. But the way that water gives life in a stagnant pond is to allow other things to utilize its resourcefulness. Things grow in that water. Things feed in that water. And if you were to put a drinking glass, and scoop up that water, you wouldn't see clear water. You would see water teeming with life. There'd be bacteria, tiny insects, tiny creatures, algae. And there's no way in the world that you would drink that water. Because stagnant water is not clean, pure water. And I want you to imagine taking this same stagnant water, this same pond, and placing the pond next to perhaps a fast-moving stream or river that you can recall. Now, the pond was never there when you saw that stream or river, but for the purpose of your imagination, it's good to compare and contrast. So teleport that pond right next to that fast-moving stream. When water is stationary, stagnant, those things that would not be attracted to fast-flowing water are drawn to that stagnant water like a bee to a flower. But I want you to see that fast-moving water. Perhaps you can imagine seeing the clean water. There's an energy to it. And really get a sense of just the movement. That there is a constant flow of water going through this stream, this river. It has energy, it has movement, it has momentum, it has flow. And just imagine You've got another glass, drinking glass, and scoop up water from this fast-moving stream. And I want you to notice how clean it is, pure and clean. Just imagine holding the two glasses next to each other. The glass from the stagnant pond water right next to the glass from the fast-moving stream. As you accept the idea that not all waters are equal. All water has the potential to be either stagnant or fast-flowing. The pond is still made of water, but by not moving, it became stagnant. And the fast-flowing water is not desirable to insects and algae. It's moving too fast. By the time anything wants to hold that water down, it's already far off into the future. And there is a part of your life where you desire to be stationary. But I want you to follow this fast-moving stream to a temporary part in the stream where the water slows down. Maybe it's fast-moving over rocks and rapids, but I want you to follow the stream to a period where it almost looks still, but the water is still flowing and moving forward. And I want you to accept the idea that even fast-moving rivers and streams need periods of rest. But it's only stagnant if it never intends to move again. And I want you to think of your life and your future. And so long as you have intentions to grow, to develop, to learn, to overcome challenges and to move forward, your water is never stagnant. You are a fast-moving river with periods of stationary water. But then follow that river even further until that stationary, still water spurts into life, perhaps with a waterfall or cascading water over rocks, and it becomes fast-moving again. And accept the idea that your life can't be at 100 miles an hour every single day. You need periods of slower time to rest, to recuperate, to reflect. And sometimes that reflection enables you to decide the next direction that your river needs to flow towards. Some people spend their whole life running at 100 miles an hour, and it's only at the end of their life they start to question that perhaps they were running in the wrong direction the entire time. But if every now and then you take some time to celebrate your successes and wins, but also to reflect on your emotions, your feelings. Because what if all along your intuition hasn't been trying to hold you back? What if it was always trying to steer your river in the best possible direction for you? I want you to get a sense that you've been trying to numb out that intuition, to suppress that intuition, to ignore those thoughts, rather than harness those thoughts, rather than utilize those thoughts to enable you to be strategic. Because rivers in reality follow the path of least resistance. I want you to imagine you are a river that is sentient, intelligent, and intentional. What if you, as a river, don't go where is the easiest to flow? You go where you need to go because you know why you want to get there. And I want you to shift your consciousness to feel what it would feel like to be the fast-moving river. To feel those periods of intense activity, fast movement, but then also to have this wonderful sensation of rest and recuperation. Imagine yourself as that powerful current of fast-flowing water, where every action propels you forward with newfound energy and vitality. Embrace the sensation of momentum building within you, driving you to tackle tasks and engage in activities with enthusiasm and focus. I want you to see your goals and aspirations as destinations along the river of life and feel the excitement of each step taking you closer to your desired outcomes. I want you to embody the vibrant energy of flowing water, allowing it to infuse every aspect of your life, from social engagements to exercise and even creative pursuits. Maybe there's a time in your life that you were the stagnant pond, but I want you to feel how good it feels to be the fast-flowing water. So embrace the shift from stagnation to a state of unstoppable momentum, where each new endeavor fuels your drive and passion for life. And you can visualize yourself engaged in those dynamic activities that light up your spirit, that feel like every cell in your body is alive and in this moment. And just imagine that there was a time in your life where you had nothing to lose, so you just went for it. And what if you replaced the time spent watching TV with experiences where, worst case scenario, you just had the experience and nothing really happened? But what if you invigorate your soul? What if you learn something new? What if that itself propels your fast-moving river closer to a destination? Recognize that your moments of rest and relaxation are just like the slow parts of a fast-moving river. And these can be transformed into opportunities for creativity, growth, self-expression, but also reflection. And those free time activities are never wasted. Drawing enables you to do something non-physical, but is stimulating your mind, activating your creative elements of your brain. Even walking your dog can create a wonderful state of mindfulness and self-reflection. Maybe solving puzzles. Use these moments to energize your mind and your body. And what a river can't do is reflect, but you can. And I wonder what would happen if you were to capture your thoughts and feelings in a journal, maybe a handwritten journal, or maybe a digital equivalent. I wonder if that might unlock the potential for deep insights, breakthroughs, and a clearer sense of direction. What if that helped your river to flow exactly where you want it to flow, rather than the path of least resistance? Embrace the idea that you are the captain of your own journey, steering the course of your life and your river with intention and purpose. And you won't be able to not feel the rush of enthusiasm and excitement each and every time you exceed your own expectations, convert stagnation into flow and action. Every time you take action with determination and purpose, that rush of enthusiasm and excitement will light up those cells. Embody the metaphor of flowing water as a symbol of your continuous growth and evolution, embracing change and transformation. A river does not complain when it hits a period of rocks. It just flows over the rocks. If there's a bridge, it will flow under the bridge. It will continue to drive forward no matter what the obstacle or the challenge. And I want you to imagine yourself breaking through barriers and obstacles with ease. Perhaps you can imagine some flimsy barrier in the river of your life, but the force of your river with the fast-flowing water simply discards it in seconds. And embrace the feeling of being fully engaged in life, where your energy and enthusiasm inspire others and creates a ripple effect of positivity. And you can connect with the exhilarating sensation of being in the flow, as each day brings new adventures, challenges, and opportunities to thrive. And as you affirm your commitment to embracing momentum, while at the same time enjoying those periods of quiet contemplation and reflection, your life will transform from a pool of stillness, stagnant water, into a river of vibrant, purpose-driven action. I want you to breathe in and breathe out and no longer feel like you are the river, but that you're standing by the river. You can see the fast-flowing river and you can see that stagnant water. And allow your unconscious to choose what you'd rather be. The stagnant water is limited. The stagnant water attracts ideas of time wasting, of self-pity, of wallowing. The fast-flowing water has no time for any of those things. And if your unconscious is now aligned with the fast-flowing river rather than the stagnant pond, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. You need to breathe in and breathe out and just feel like you're returning to the present. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. That's it. And I'm going to count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling vibrant, resourceful, full of motivation and enthusiasm. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.